Hello, I'm Dr Vanita Rattan, a medically qualified doctor and a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin or color. So today's video is one daily mistake you are making that is worsening your pigmentation and you don't even know it. It's the biggest scam of all time. You have to be very gentle with them, very educated with them, very calm with them. You need to soothe. Right, so you've got the actives, you're cleansing, exfoliating, seruming, but your pigmentation is either not improving or getting worse. Today we are talking about the single most common skincare mistake I have seen in my clinic, having treated 40,000 patients for hyperpigmentation. One that secretly makes pigmentation worse, especially in melanin-rich skin. So the mistake is using products that sting the skin and you thinking that something is working, but actually it's a red flag. After that toner or moisturizer that gives you a buzzy, irritated feeling on the skin, this is a problem for you. In Caucasian skin, nothing much happens, but in skin of color, it wakes up your melanocytes and boom, pigmentation. Stinging equals barrier irritation. I don't care if it's from a luxury serum or from a £5 toner. If it's stinging, it's inflaming. The annoying thing here is that inflammation doesn't always show up as redness in our skin tones. For us, it can show up weeks later as a dark patch. So the common culprits are daily exfoliating acids. We've all been told, wear vitamin C. What type of vitamin C is suitable for skin of color? The most popular vitamin C is L-ascorbic acid, also known as pure vitamin C, also known as the strongest form of vitamin C. But is it suitable for skin of color? No, because it's an exfoliating acid. It's literally removing skin every day. You then go out into the sun, UV hits the skin, triggers the melanocytes, and you're wondering, why am I getting pigmentation when I'm wearing my vitamin C? It's because you're using the wrong form of vitamin C. You want to be using derivatives of vitamin C. Things like 3-O-ethyl-ascorbic acid, things like tetrahexyldecylascorbate. So this is literally the reason that in the Pregnancy Glow Serum, I use 3-O-ethyl-ascorbic acid, that's a water-soluble vitamin C, and tetrahexyldecylascorbic acid, a fat-soluble vitamin C. And you're probably wondering, Dr. V, why would you use two different forms of vitamin C? One works in the epidermis and one works in the dermis. And the beauty is, if you use tetrahexyldecylascorbate, it goes into where the collagen fibers are to stimulate collagen production. However, I actually got a lot of people messaging me going, Dr. V, I want to use this formula, but I'm not pregnant. What are you going to do about it? And actually, what ended up happening was I purchased 2 years supply of our Pregnancy Glow Serum, but we sold out 50% in 3 weeks because you guys love the formula so much. So I'm just giving you a quick sneak peek as to the new packaging. This is the Vitamin C Glow Serum, the exact same formula, but just in more neutral, friendly packaging. A lot of men were actually buying the Pregnancy Glow Serum because they love the formula so much. And they said, like, Dr. V, come on, please, like, do this for us. So I am doing this for you and it will be out shortly, but just to give you a little sneak peek. But I'm not saying use my vitamin C, I'm saying just make sure you're using a derivative of L-ascorbic acid, not an exfoliating acid. The second common problem, which I've seen too much, including today actually, is using irritating ingredients combined. So I just did a video today on Medicube and they've got a ampule, the Exosome 2000 Daily Ampule, which are spicules. So they basically are like microneedling. And then in there, they put in AHA, BHA, and PHA, 3 different forms of acid, which is just a disaster, waiting to happen. It's just not something that I would recommend for you guys because we get PIH very quickly post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So if you're wondering, Dr. V, what exactly is the difference between white skin and skin of color? It's if you're more likely to tan rather than burn in the sun. If you tan in the sun, you have skin of color. If you burn in the sun, you have Caucasian skin. Now, if you tan, it means that your melanocytes are large. They are easy to trigger. As I always say, one scratch, one bite, or one burn, and we hyperpigment. We cannot afford to irritate our melanocytes. You have to be very gentle with them, very educated with them, very calm with them. That's very, very important. So don't use combination products that are irritating to the skin. The next one I've seen has shocked me, and this is using an acid in your SPF. So today I did another video on Bioma. They've got a SPF 30. I was so excited as a moisturizing gel SPF 30. Brilliant, right? But then they put in lactic acid into the actual formula. So you're using an AHA, taking off the top layer of skin and then allowing UV to hit the skin. It makes no sense. So please avoid this. The next is fragranced brightening creams. Like, why would you do that? That is just doesn't make any sense. Fragrance can lead to contact dermatitis in 3 to 4% of the population. That then leads to hyperpigmentation. So what's the point of putting the thing in that's going to irritate the melanocytes while you're also using tyrosinase inhibitors to calm down the melanocytes? Please explain that to me. It makes no sense. Like we all know, it makes no sense. Does someone want to go and tell the big brands? It's fine, I make the videos for them. But still, I want you to also pay attention to what's in your product. And the last one is actually a really annoying one. This is using luxury skincare. Luxury skincare is the biggest scam of all time. The Chanels of the world, the Diors of the world, please don't come and sue me. But these luxury skincares tend to have a ton of fragrance. Like the fragrance is so strong, you can hold the pot away from you and you can smell it. You know what I mean? You can have someone walk past you using Dior moisturizer and you can smell it. And the problem is these are all agents of irritation. They can all lead to contact dermatitis. And so now you spend hundreds of pounds on a moisturizer only to be given a rash in a bottle. So let's avoid luxury skincare. Let's educate ourselves, empower ourselves, not waste our money. And actually don't buy expensive skincare. Buy skincare that have got good percentage actives in a fragrance-free formula. So these are questions I want you to ask yourself. Number 1, does your cleanser leave your face tight? Do your products sting or burn, even for 5 seconds? Is your pigment getting darker even though you're using brightening products? There's one caveat I want to say. If you use a retinol in your anti-pigmentation product, which most of them have, your skin can look darker if you are not using enough of a fatty moisturizer. So for example, if you're going to use a retinol, use something like our Cera Pep Brightening Moisturizer on top. Let me show you just how fatty this product is. It should be able to come out like this and not fall. That's how fatty the product is. And what this does is it allows water molecules to go in between the skin cells to separate the skin cells that are loaded with pigment and to help to brighten the skin and reduce that pigmentation. If, however, you are not using a moisturizer like this with your retinol, what happens is retinol can be very drying to the skin. It's an alcohol at the end of the day. So it dries the skin. And what happens when you dry the skin? It looks darker. Pigmentation tends to look darker. It's just the appearance of it. So make sure you use a nice fatty moisturizer on top with any anti-pigmentation serums that you're using. I'm not saying use mine, I'm just saying this has been formulated for skin of color. So here's how to stop the sting and calm the pigment. You don't need to strip the skin, you don't need to over-exfoliate, you don't need to be scrubbing away, you need to soothe. So here's your pigment-safe routine. So starting off with a cleanser. You want a fragrance-free, hydrating, gentle cleanser that doesn't strip the skin. So the products I really like, the cleansers I'd recommend are number 1, the Vanny Cream is brilliant, it's very hydrating, good for eczema. It doesn't have any other tyrosinase inhibitors to brighten the skin, but it's good if you have very dry skin. The second is a CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. I like it because it's got ceramides and skin of color lacks ceramides, plus it's got glycerin in it, my favorite humectant. Now, if you actually have hyperpigmentation, we actually made the Micellar Gel Wash for you. So this is what it looks like. This is our beautiful packaging. That's what it looks like. So it comes out like a gel and you mix it with water and it foams up on the skin. So in this product, we've put in niacinamide, stem cells, green tea extract, which brightens the skin, glycerin, which is your humectant, and of course your anti-inflammatories such as allantoin and panthenol, because we want to reduce any irritation or sting from cleansing the skin. Moving on to acne. If you have acne, these are some of the serums that I love. I love Paula's Choice Azelaic Acid Booster, 10%. It's got salicylic acid as well, which helps to unclog the pore. I also like the 2% salicylic acid from the Inky List or from the Ordinary. So 2% salicylic acid will basically just help to unclog the pore, and it just keeps doing it. So you can't really stop using salicylic acid if you have oily, acne prone skin, because what happens with your pore is it will continue to fill up, and every time it fills up, you are likely to have a breakout. So if you have acne plus pigmentation from the acne, so brown marks, then you might want to use our Trio Blemish Exfoliator. So in here, put in, of course, the 2% salicylic acid. We put in green tea extract to help calm down the pigmentation from the brown marks, and also glycerin, because what can happen with salicylic acid, some of you might have experienced this, it can be very drying to the skin. So not applying glycerin at the same time as salicylic can lead to then dry acne skin, which now you've got 2 problems, not 1. So actually you want glycerin to be used. It might not be in my product, but just look for glycerin with salicylic acid. Moving on to melasma. This is the second most common cause of pigmentation. It starts off on the cheekbones and then it spreads across her face. And so what looks like is cute little freckles, and suddenly these little freckles start to amalgamate and form patches. Suddenly you have these patches on your cheek, then this forms on the forehead and then the upper lip. And at this point it's very difficult to treat because you almost have like a mask of hyperpigmentation. So when you start to see those early marks, it means that you have not protected your skin enough. You've not been using your SPF 50 and you've not been using it regularly throughout the day. So melasma, you start off with 2% alpha arbutin from the Ordinary or from the Inky list, so about 10 or 11 pounds, so it's not too expensive, and they are tyrosinase inhibitors. The next step up from that is Good Molecules Discoloration Serum with niacinamide and tranexamic acid. This one is more expensive, it's 33 pounds, but you do get a healthy amount for it. The next one that's better than Good Molecules is Faded. It's got alpha arbutin, tranexamic acid, and kojic dipalmitate. 3 beautiful tyrosinase inhibitors that I love. It's 25 pounds, but I believe it's at a smaller, there's less quantity. Then after that is our Dr. V Facial Hyperpigmentation Kit. This has 10 tyrosinase inhibitors. It's 110 pounds. It is expensive. Do not start with this. This is something that you use if you've tried everything else and nothing else has worked. They are in airless pumps, which is very important to stabilize the actives. So this is the HPC Clear, comes out yellow. And then we have our Vita Ace, which comes out white. These are 2 serums that you use, and you use them at nighttime. This kit, the only reason I made this is because there was actually nothing else formulated for skin of color that went between over-the-counter and professional grade. So before you do any expensive treatments in a clinic, try this kit, and you want to get 2 kits. You want to do this for at least 6 to 8 months, depending on how long you've had the pigmentation for. If you've had the pigmentation for decades, then expect it to take you about 9 months for it to start working. Right, moving on to moisturizers that I love. Number 1 is Aveeno Calm and Restore. It's got oat and panthenol, so these are anti-inflammatories, very soothing to the skin. The second product that I love that is anti-inflammatory is La Roche-Posay Toleriane. I actually don't like a lot of La Roche-Posay, and I've made a whole video for you on it. Please go and watch that before you buy any products from La Roche-Posay. Most of the products were not formulated very well for skin of color, but this product I like. It's for sensitive skin. It's got glycerin plus thermal water. That's at 18 pounds. The next product is the one that we formulated for you. This is the Dr. V Cera Pep Brightening Moisturizer. Now this is 28 pounds, so it's more expensive. In here it's got ceramides, niacinamide, licorice root extract, and stem cells. So this is brightening and anti-aging. It has a lot of different things going on. Next step is of course your SPF 50. And you guys know, if you've been watching more than one of my videos, is I prefer mineral over chemical. Mineral sunscreens are anti-inflammatory. Zinc oxide is anti-inflammatory at 17%. We tell pregnant women not to use chemical, but to use mineral instead because it doesn't go into the bloodstream. And also, if you have sunburn, we tell you to wear mineral, not chemical, because chemical can actually irritate the skin further. So with me and my children, I, of course, always use mineral sunscreen. So the ones I like on the market at the moment, number 1 is Innisfree. If you're looking for a simple, fragrance-free mineral sunscreen, I like Innisfree. It leaves a little bit of a white cast, but I think it's manageable. The second one is Neutrogena Sheer Zinc. It's the OG of mineral sunscreens. It's the one that I wore before I even made our own. I've actually made so many videos with Neutrogena Sheer Zinc. It leaves you a white cast on your face, but if you're running in the sun and you're sweating like crazy, that is the one that you want to wear. So it doesn't matter that you look white because if you get melasma, you don't care. You just want to protect your skin. So I really like that product. This one I actually formulated for my skin because I get melasma. So this has 17% zinc oxide. It's $24.99. In here, we created a trademark stem cells for pigmentation. So they're tyrosinase inhibitors called Melashield. We put that in here, put in blue light protection and niacinamide. So lots of beautiful actives in this if you have pigmentation. It is more expensive, but it's great if you have pigmentation. And this is how it looks like. I'm wearing it under my makeup right now. We are currently working on a tinted matte version. It's gone for tests now. So now we are filming, it's July. I am hoping we get our results back July, August, September, October. And if all is good, I'll talk about this on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, please go and follow me. I tend to ask a lot of questions of products that you guys want me to make for you. Yeah, so if that does work out, then we're hopefully looking at beginning of next year to launch it. I am in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every YouTube video. So when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can come and ask me your skincare questions. If you want to learn more about hyperpigmentation and how to treat it in skin of color, watch this video.